Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Like a okay, again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, what's good, what's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new video. So today I'm gonna be telling you guys a story about something that happened to me not too long ago, and I'm still high-key annoyed about it, so I just thought, why not share with everybody what annoys me so much. So guys, get your snacks, get your drinks, and then let's get right into this video. So the story that I'm about to tell is going to be about the time I got kicked out of a train and the police was called because of something I didn't do. So let's get right back to the beginning. So I'm just gonna be telling you a bunch of details because they are somehow like relevant and important in the story. So it's just like makes sense to be telling the things that might seem that they are like irrelevant. It was a Sunday evening. My sister and I were at my mother's house and we were going back to the city where we lived in, and so we had to take the train to get there. So we get into the train, everything was good, and we arrived in Hamm. I'm just gonna be saying like the names of the cities in German, unless I know how they are called in English, but otherwise I'm just gonna use the German names. So the city is called Hamm, and we arrived there and we had to take the train there to continue. Because there had been an accident in Essen, another city, the trains didn't take the usual route. They had to make like a detour. And so like the trains, the timing and everything had changed, but there was literally no information about it anywhere. Like we have like this app where you can like see how the trains, like what time they are leaving and all that, and there was literally no update. And then we arrived at the platform where the train was supposed to leave at, and there was also like weird information about like the train leaving in an hour, and when we arrived there it was supposed to leave in 20 minutes and the train was already there, but like it was like really weird. So we were looking for a train guard, you know, the guys who like control if you have a ticket or not, to ask him like what the deal was. So I stayed, so we got into the train, my sister and I stayed with our stuff because we had like all our suitcases and everything. And she just walked through the train to look for somebody who can help us. While I was waiting, I saw a train guard coming into the train. So I immediately stopped and I'm like, hey, can you tell us like what this is about? Like, when is the train leaving? This and that. He's like, yeah, it's leaving in 10 minutes. And then he also told me, because I was supposed to change trains in Essen, but he told me that the train is not even going there, so I really had to go all the way to Düsseldorf to take another train. So he just told us like about all the things that were happening, and then he sat down next to me and my sister. Like there were like 4 seats on the left and 4 seats on the right, and me and my sister sat on the left and he sat on the right. And he was just like talking to us. He was very nice. He had bought like candy from the vendor machine that was outside at the platform, and he gave it to us, even though we said we didn't want it, but he just like, no, you guys take it and all that. He was very nice to us, very polite. He made a conversation with us, he talked to us, and then he also said before he left, he told us, if you guys want to, you can sit in first class. You can sit in the first class of the train. There would literally be no problem because I'm the one, like I'm the guard here. I control everything. So then I know that you guys are there, this and that. And since my sister and I, we had like so much baggage, we're like, okay, thank you very much. It's very nice of you, but we passed. Like we just gonna sit here, which is cool. So the train goes, we arrive in Dortmund where my sister lives, and she gets off the train, and with her the train guard also walked out, and a few people were coming in, and I sat near the door, so I heard that some guy was talking to the guard and said something about him not being able to buy a ticket because the machine was not taking his like money, and he made pictures of what was written on the machine so he could show it. He went to the information, and the information told him to go up to the train and ask the guard if he can sell him a ticket in the train. Over here in Germany, I don't know if it's different everywhere else, the guards do not sell tickets in the train. You have to have a ticket before you get inside the train. So I was just like overhearing it, and then I remembered, because I have a ticket where on weekends I am allowed to take one person with me. And so I just went over there because I thought me and the guard were somehow cool, since he gave me food and offered me to sit in first class. I just told him, I'm like, hey, just let him come in. I'm gonna take him with me on my ticket. And the guard immediately, like, I swear to God, like, face change, everything, like, all of a sudden he got so rude. He's like, no, definitely not. He's not allowed to. He has no ticket. I'm like, yeah, he has no ticket, and that's why I'm taking it on my ticket, because he has no ticket, obviously. And he's like, no, that's not possible. You are not allowed to do that. I'm like, of course I'm allowed. Like, I pay a lot of money for my ticket, and it gives me literally the right to take somebody with me. And there was like this whole discussion that I didn't want, but the guy, because it was like some boy, he was also like, we were like having like this little discussion, and then the guard said, okay, fine. He said to the guy, he's like, okay, fine, if you enter this train, I'm gonna call the police on you. And the guy is like, okay, I'm not scared, blah blah, let's go. So he went in, and then he sat with me where I sat. So, and then we exchanged the name. I'm just gonna call him, for the purpose of the story, I'm just gonna call him Elijah. So we got, you know, we exchanged names, this and that, and he was like saying like, yeah, I'm not scared if the police comes, like, what are you gonna do? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. You offered to take me on your ticket. I'm like, yeah, of course I did. Like, it's no problem. A few minutes later, the guard comes back to us because he left. He comes back, and then he looks at both of us, and he's like, I called the police. I'm pressing charges against both of you. And I'm just like, huh? I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you gonna press charges against me for? Like, what the hell did I do? They're saying because the guy dodged like paying the ticket and paying the fare, this and that, this is why they are going to press charges with him. And since I'm involved too, I'm gonna get I'm in there as well. And I'm just like, hell no. I'm like, oh my God, definitely not. Nah, I'm not there. And I was just like so shocked, because like the guy who was like so nice, all of a sudden, oh my God. Anyways, you know, and then the guy leaves again, and then he started controlling all the tickets, and I gave him my ticket. It was working, that he controlled and all of that, this and that. And yeah, and then we just go, and he knew, like the guard knew where I had to go out. I had to leave the train in the airport of Düsseldorf airport, and he knew it, and this is why I really think he called the police a station before the station I had to leave the train. I swear to God, he did it on freaking purpose. I don't care. I swear to God, when I saw the police, I just started laughing. I'm just like, this guy is not serious right now. What the hell? Why me, God? I just wanted to do something good for somebody, and now I'm like involved in this freaking thing. Anyways, so the guard, like the train guard, talks to the police, and then the police comes inside, and he's like, hello, like he greets me and Elijah, and he's like, okay, he said, you are the one without a ticket? He's like, yeah, I'm the one without a ticket, but she's taking me on her ticket. Then he's like, okay, fine, both of you have to get out of the train. And you know, I was just like, I had like all kinds of emotions there, but the one that was really present was anger, because I was really freaking angry. I had been on the train for a very, very long time. I just wanted to get home. It was late, and then the police comes to disturb my peace because of something so irrelevant. So they tell us to get up and get out. I'm just like, no, I'm not getting up. I looked at this policeman. I'm just like, I'm not getting up. And he's like, okay, you have to go, you have to get out of the train because the train guard is kicking you out. I'm like, no, for what? What is he kicking me out for? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not gonna stand up. And it was like this whole discussion, and then I'm just like, oh my god, it's the police. I'm just like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna take my stuff and get out. So I take my stuff, and the train guard was waiting there. And before I got out of the train, I turned my head to this man. I just don't want to be like, anyways. So I turned my head to this stupid ass guard, and I tell him, like, I told him in his face, I'm like, you are such a bad person. How come when I got into this train you were all nice to me and you gave me candy, me and my sister, you were offering us first class, this and this and that, and now you want to throw me out just because I took somebody on my ticket? What kind of person are you? Like, I was yelling. I was really yelling, and I'm just like, I hope you have no peace tonight when you sleep, blah blah blah. I was talking mad trash, but I was just so angry. And the guy, like the guard, was like, what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm like, yes, you did. Why are you kicking me out of this train? Blah blah blah. And the police is like, okay, come on, we have to get out. So we get out of this train. Oh, and I'm just like so heated. And there was like 3 policemen, and Elijah was there, and then they're like, okay, I'm going to need your ID. I'm like, no. I'm like, hell no. What the hell do you guys want from me? I'm not giving anybody my ID. I'm not doing anything today. Like, what the hell is it that you want? And then he's like, yeah, I need your ID because I have to take the name and everything, this and that. I'm like, no. He's like, if you are not gonna give it to us, we are going to take you with us to the police station. I'm just like what? And I'm really like, I was like so blown, like my mind was so blown. I'm like, why? What did I do? What the hell did I do? You know, like, what did I do? Lord, I just want to go home. I just want to be in my bed. Like, why are these people bothering me? I was literally like done. I'm just like, no, I'm not giving anybody anything because I did nothing wrong. The only thing I did is take him into the train. He also did nothing wrong. It's like not dodging he was not dodging anything because he only stepped into the train because I said I have a ticket that I can take you on. So he also didn't do nothing wrong. And then they're like, no, you guys have to get in the train together for that to be valid, which is such like stupid, like literally stupid. And then like Elijah gave his ID, and the police guard is just looking at me. He's like, your ID? I'm like, no. And we were just like arguing back and forth. And then I'm just like, you know, in the back of the head, it was like, okay, Lois, this is the police. This is the fucking police. You're a black person. You know, he has all the power. You actually don't. Just do what he says. So I just take my ID out, give it to him, and he's like writing it down. And I'm like, okay, so why is he pressing charges against me? Like, what the hell? Like, what are you gonna write on the letter that you want? Like, what are you gonna say? Like, if you can explain to me why I am now in trouble, then I can understand why I just gave you my ID. Otherwise, I don't get it. So the police told me, he's like, no, the train guard didn't press charges against you. He only pressed charges against the guy, Elijah. And I'm like, okay, so why are you taking like my name and all? He's like, yeah, we have to take like your name and all, because you are a witness to a offense that he committed and all that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm just like, oh my god. I don't want to be a witness either. I don't want to be nothing. I just want to be home in my bed. So I just wait for him to be done, writing everything down. And Elijah was low-key like looking for problems with the police, but they didn't do anything, thank God. And then he just, like, the policeman just told me, yeah, we are just gonna send you a letter about everything, and if Elijah decides to take it to court, then we have to invite you. I'm just like, oh Christ. Anyways, and then there was like a little bit more like talking, and then the policeman left. And me and Elijah were left there, and we had to look for another train and this and that, because I had to get home, you know, so I had to look for another train. And it took me like, I don't know, another, I think 30 or 45 minutes to get home, which is not much, but if you are already in the train for like a good 2 hours, you just want to go home. Like, you don't want the trip to be longer than it has to be. But yeah, anyways, I exchanged like my IG with Elijah just in case the police said something, so we can be in contact if there's anything that they want to know, or if there's anything he needs from me or anything. And yeah, and then I just went home that day, and I was like so heated, like everybody, because I posted on my Instagram like, I just get got kicked out of the train and police this and that, and everybody was asking what is going on, and I was just like sending everybody voice notes, like very angry voice notes of me like explaining everything shortly. But yeah, it has been a few weeks already because that happened in September, and until now I haven't heard anything from the police, which I'm very grateful for. But I also don't know how long these things take, so maybe I will still hear something. I hope not, because it's very, very irrelevant. And I know I cannot even be mad at the police at the end of the day because they are only doing their jobs because they were called. But it still just like upset me so much because I just wanted to be nice. I just wanted to be nice, and this happened, you know. But for future, I'm not gonna stop taking people on my ticket, because why would I? Like I am allowed to, you know, I have the right to take somebody with me, so I'm just gonna do that if needed. But yeah, this was basically my story, and I really just hope that I'm not going to hear from the police, because I really don't need that. I really don't. I just hope everything turns out fine at the end. I swear to you guys, I'm really not in the mood to be like going to court as a witness for anybody, like for taking somebody on my ticket. Like, how crazy is that? We have come to an end of the video. So you guys, if this was interesting and it was cool and you want to see more of that, I have a lot of stories that I can tell. I can start doing story times as well. And yeah, you know how it goes. If you like this video, give it a like so I know that you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share the video, and then I will see you in my next video. Stay healthy, everybody. Bye.